Today, I feel like baking the best chocolate chip cookies ever. Because they too damn good. Look at that. Look at that. Better shut the fuck up. I'm about to show you the recipe to the best thick, chewy, bakery style chocolate chip cookies. They're gonna be crispy on the edges and ooey gooey in the middle. Let's start baking.
All right, so the first thing we are gonna do in this recipe is mix together our butter and our sugar. I am using 1/2 of a cup of butter in this recipe, and I am using my butter at room temperature so that it is soft. I'm also using 1/2 of a cup of granulated sugar and 2/3 of a cup of light brown sugar. I'm going to use my hand mixer to give this a nice good mix until it is fully incorporated, light and fluffy and creamy. The next thing we're going to add is 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. So you're literally going to add 1 egg, separate 1 egg yolk, and add that into there and give that a good mix. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Give that a good mix. Once that's all mixed together, we are going to add our dry ingredients. So the dry ingredients will be 1.5 a cup of flour, and this is all-purpose self-rising flour. You're also going to use 1/2 of a tablespoon of baking soda and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Add your dry ingredients, about 1/3 of the dry ingredients at a time. And once it gets to this consistency, you can switch from the hand mixer to a spoonula or spatula, whatever you call that. Once your cookie dough is almost fully incorporated, that is when you would want to add your chocolate chips. I'm going to be adding dark chocolate and milk chocolate to this recipe to give it a nice balance of sweet and bitterness from the dark chocolate. Finish mixing that all together.
Give that a nice mix
until it is fully incorporated. Once it's fully incorporated, you should be able to just pick up the dough in one big piece. And that's pretty much how you know it's done mixing, and it will be ready to form into individual balls. And you should be able to pick it up just like this. Perfect. So I will be using a ice cream scooper to create my cookie dough balls. This ice cream scooper that I am using, it is a 1/3 of a cup scoop, which makes really big cookies. Depending on the size that you want your cookies to be, you can use a cookie scooper that is smaller. I'm using the bigger scoop because these cookies are going to be going out to friends and family. And so that would be a great surprise for them to just see big cookies and be like, wow. But if you do use a smaller scoop, please remember that your baking time will be different than my baking time. So this is going to make about 8 scoops of cookie dough, and we are separating them out. Once they are separated in the size that you want, it is very important to put your cookie dough in the refrigerator so that it can chill. It needs to get cold. I would say if it's going to be in the refrigerator for about 12 to 24 hours. If you cannot wait that long, please put them in the freezer for maybe like 15 to 20 minutes so that they can get cold. The nice thing about forming your cookie dough in individual cookies before you put them in the refrigerator is, if you want, you can actually bake as many as you want at a time. So if you only want to bake 2, you can bake 2. If you only want to bake 3, you can bake 3. But I would freeze the rest if you're not baking them all at once. Now that we have our cookie dough chilled with the magic of TV, these are cold. As you can see, they're hard. Can barely get them out. Now we are going to put them on a cookie sheet. My cookie sheet that I use is lined with a silicone mat. Okay, I like to use a silicone mat as a non-stick surface, but you can use parchment paper if you would like to help your cookies not stick to the pan. And I am going to cook all 8 of these cookies, and they are going to go into an oven at 355 degrees for about 14 to 18 minutes, depending on your oven. One pro tip I will say is to preheat your oven for about 2 hours before you actually put your cookies into the oven. So that way you can make sure your oven is at the temperature that you definitely want it to be. So these are going to go in the oven. I baked them for about 16 minutes, and this is how they came out. It is very important to let your cookies cool completely before you enjoy. Be patient. I let mine cool for about 4 to 5 minutes on the cooking tray, and then I moved them onto a cooling rack. Now they're ready to eat.
And here we have the best chocolate chip cookie ever. We're gonna have to taste it. This is how it's looking. Open it on up. Ooh. Nice and chewy, gooey in the middle. I'm excited. Okay. Oh, that's good. That. Baby! Listen, I'm gonna hurry up and package these up and get them up out of here. We gotta get them up out of here because they too damn good. Look at that. Look at that. Better shut the fuck up. With some motherfucking ice cream. I can't even talk. But anyways, these are the best chocolate chip cookies ever, you guys. If you like to see me baking when I feel like baking, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.